Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you the concept, explaining the concept of variables. Gonna teach you guys when to use them, how to use them. Very critical concept in programming. Let's get started. So today I'm in this environment here. So Trinket.io. It's a environment where you can just play with some code. If you're not really coding anything serious, you can just test your code out. So I'm going to explain these concepts here. So today I'm going to talk about variables, like I already said. Uh, what are variables? Pretty much variables is how you store data temporarily or during the runtime of your program. So say you have some piece of data and you don't always want to have to manually type in that data in your program because sometimes your program's going to run and you're going to get different data during the runtime of your program. And you need a way to remember what that data was. So starting here, I'm just gonna print out some statements here. Um, Nothing fancy. We got the print function, and we're printing out mostly some strings. So let's print out what this says. So here we have hello world, hello John. You know, standard stuff. Hello world is obviously how obviously the first thing you print when you start coding. But the part I really want to focus on that's gonna carry on in the example is this part right here at the bottom. So let's say, so currently this says John, and it says 30 years old, he's a rocket scientist, and a rocket scientist makes dope money. But what if I wanted to use a different name, right? What if my name was, I don't know, Sam? Then I would have to change every occurrence of John in this program. So let me add in another code snippet right here. So yeah, we can comment these out real quick. There is no faster way to do this in this environment, so you just have to bear with me on this one. Um, yeah, so let's go with this. So now I just I create three different variables. So I have a client name called John. His age is 30, and his job, he's a rocket scientist. Pretty much everything you see previously. So I've set up these variables to store that information. And now I'm gonna print out the same text as I printed before without the hello world. And but now I'm not gonna just manually type in John or rocket scientist or 30. I'm gonna actually use the variables I already created. So let's print this out. Let's see what it does. Oops, got a mistake. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about this as well. um, yeah, the reason the program didn't run is I'm trying to join a string and an integer, and I did not convert my integers first to strings. So you cannot join a string and an integer in Python without first converting um, the integer to a string. So let's try it again. Hopefully it runs. Yeah. So so now we're using actually the variables. So we see we print out the same information as we printed previously, but now we get the values from these variables. So variables stores this data, and we can reuse that data, that variable slash data, throughout the rest of the code. So let's change this to Sam. Let's say he's 45, and let's say he's a lawyer. Yeah, and let's run this again. So everything, so the output is now based on the values of in these variables. So I didn't have to go through every print through each line of code, each print function, and change the name to Sam, change the job to lawyer, or change the age to 45. I could change it in one spot, and it's gonna change everywhere that variable is used in the code. So that's the beauty of variables. It saves you a lot of time. It can save you from typos. Um, save you from mistakes. So just to the error like we got. So when you join a variable and that variable has the value of an integer, you cannot just join it to a string. You got to convert that integer to a string. I'm going to explain these concepts more when I talk about data types in another video. I kind of touched on this in my previous video, which I'll link in the description, so you can check that out. Check out you can understand more about how the print function works. I'll probably make another video on that and showing some different things you can do with the print function. Uh, but as a last concept before we end this video, let's talk about the rules for naming variables because it's quite important. You cannot just name your variable whatever you want. There's some rules you have to follow. So the first one is you got to start the variable with a letter or the underscore character. So you cannot start with a number. So if you try to start name your variable starting with a number, it's gonna fail. So you can try this out on your own. Like try to name it something and run the program. It's probably gonna fail, and see what kind of errors you get. Then you can also see you cannot start with a number. You can only have alphanumeric characters or underscores, so you cannot have a hyphen and things like that. So yeah, so you can also you need to remember that variables are case sensitive. So age is not the same. This is how you write not the same. It's not equal. It's not the same as age. Yeah. So if you did this, you're gonna get unexpected results. So you gotta watch out for that. And a variable cannot be the name of a Python keyword. So a keyword, for example, in Python would be that. You can see how it's highlighted with a different color. Else is another one. So you cannot name your variables anything that's a keyword. Type is another. Type is a function, but you cannot name it something like def because that's a keyword as well. So those are some basic rules. Yeah. Yeah. If you found this video quite helpful for you, please leave a comment, leave a like if you want to. Yeah, I'll link my previous video and stay tuned for upcoming videos. Thank you.